Late last week, Jewish Insider published an article in which they spoke to 9 Republican senators. Of those, only 2 were willing to go on the record defending Vice President J.D. Vance's opposition to Donald Trump's strike in Yemen, a strike that came to light during the ongoing SignalGate controversy, which shows no signs of fading anytime soon. For those unfamiliar with the details, the leaked messages revealed that most officials were enthusiastically in favor of bombing Yemen. But J.D. Vance stood apart, expressing clear opposition. He argued that the move was unwise and even pointed out that Trump's messaging was inconsistent, particularly with regard to U.S. policy in Europe. Vance laid out his reasoning in a surprisingly sharp and thoughtful way. Last week, I talked about how J.D. Vance would likely face some fallout for opposing Trump's strike in Yemen, and it turns out I was right almost immediately. Of the 9 Republican senators Jewish Insider spoke with, only 2, Mark Wayne Mullen and Tom Tillis, were willing to publicly defend Vance. The rest tore into him, though they were granted anonymity. These aren't fringe voices either. These are sitting Republican senators. One of their responses was so brutally funny I just have to share it. It makes you wonder if Trump is looking at all this and thinking, what have I done? He might end up regretting naming Vance as his running mate last year and essentially anointing him as the heir apparent. And honestly, I wouldn't blame him. Publicly, Vance has been fiercely loyal to Trump, almost like a loyal little dog, but behind the scenes, it seems like a very different story. If this kind of dissent is happening in private, Vance might want to start packing up his office now. His political career could be over, especially when you factor in the growing backlash Trump himself is already facing. Vance's brand could take a serious hit. The MAGA base isn't going anywhere after Trump leaves office. They'll be looking for a new leader. But if Vance is seen as having challenged Trump in any meaningful way, he's done with them. And if he doesn't push back at all, he'll lose whatever credibility he has left with more traditional Republicans. So, no matter how you look at it, this might be the beginning of the end for J.D. Vance's already short-lived political career. If you're enjoying our content, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Now back to the main topic. Another anonymous Republican said, "It was shocking to me that he didn't see the need to strike back when our naval vessels were hit. That's not just a British or European problem. Honestly, them striking our allies in Israel is more than enough justification." Honestly, that sounds like something Lindsey Graham would say. I'm just putting that out there. Now, on the flip side, Tom Tillis actually defended Vance, saying, "J.D. is consistent on this. He doesn't support the deployment or projection of American power unless there's a direct threat to the United States. I disagree with him, but he is consistent." So even his defenders are basically saying, yeah, he's totally wrong, but at least he's wrong consistently. That's a serious problem for J.D. Vance, and it's not going away, just like the SignalGate controversy isn't going away for this administration. It's a mess, every angle of it. And while the people who actually made the mistakes seem to be skating by for now, J.D. Vance is starting to look like the fall guy. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think. If you're enjoying our content, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and tap the bell icon so you never miss an update. See you next time. Thanks for watching.